Well, hello everyone. We are so excited to be here. My name is Sarah Luna-Cozby.
And I'm Cameron Mott.
And we work for Ultradent Products, a dental manufacturing company based in Salt Lake City, Utah. At Ultradent, we are dedicated to improving oral health globally. We achieve this through the development of our high-quality dental products and our strong commitment to humanitarian efforts around the world. Today, we're excited to share how we have leveraged Resco to address key business challenges within our sales and marketing teams. And just before we go any further, I wanted to just highlight, Cameron and I, we are both BAs, and we have limited developer resources. So we heavily rely on Resco's low code and UI rules to solve our business requirements. All right, so before we jump in, I just wanted to give you kind of a little bit of an insight of our users. So our users are dental sales reps. They are traveling to offices, dental offices daily. They have territories that they manage on their own, and they're visiting several dental offices per day. And so everything that we've built is to support them. All right, so to begin, we're going to start with a little bit of a backstory, establishing a mobile solution. So back in 2015, our company identified a critical need for a mobile solution. At that time, Microsoft 365 didn't offer us a mobile platform to meet our needs. Our IT department initiated a 2-week proof of concept challenge. The BAs explored off-the-shelf solutions and selected Resco, while our development team began prototyping a custom application. In the end, the BA team's Resco-based solution stood out for its low-code approach and rapid deployment capabilities, enabling us to quickly equip our sales reps with the production-ready tool.
Now, we just want to cover a little bit of how many implementations we have in the world. We actually have 11 production apps with Resco, used in a bunch of different variety of areas and use cases. In our North American market, we kind of have 2 production solutions for both of those areas. We have our normal day-to-day sales app, but we also have a functioning trade show application that we do at all of our trade show events that's all Resco-based. The rest of the world, they all share one back-end CRM system that's located in EMEA. With that, we had some challenges with speed in Australia, Japan, et cetera. And so having Resco's offline capability has been huge to us, as well as all of those areas are purely off-the-shelf Resco implementations, where you're just using the Resco UI and Resco rules to manage our customizations there. North America, on the other hand, does have a little bit of extra offline HTML that we'll display here in a little bit.
Perfect. All right, so as promised, we're going to kind of go over a couple different business challenges that we have solved using Resco. So the first one that we're going to cover is around our route assignment process. So the challenge that we came up against was the way that we were creating our creation process. And so the solution that we offered to our business was the new lasso feature to help optimize our routing process.
Yeah, so this is actually one that our business has asked for forever. We were actually really excited. We attended a Microsoft conference in October last year.
September.
And another one of Resco's customers was working with Resco on the lasso implementation. I don't know if that's the official name for it, but it's what we call it. We were very excited. And by the time Resco released this in the winter update that just came, we actually had it in our production system a week after that, because it matters so much to us. So just to kind of demo this a little bit, before I jump into this video, we heavily use the map inside of our Resco app. Right now, we have a lot of pins that are organized based on what type of customers we have, what sales levels they are with us. But our sales reps are self-directed. They get to decide where they're going each day, and they try to build these routes to be as productive as possible. And so using Resco's new lasso feature, we'll go ahead and play the video and show how it's helping them be more productive. So as shown, we have these different colored pins and icons. What's great is using the row scripts, you can define specific pins. We created a new view that has different pins. This is showing all of your accounts grouped by the route they're part of. And then using Resco's new lasso feature, you can quickly lasso a group of accounts and use multi-select rules to drive some functionality. So we currently have it hitting a bulk work or a bulk edit form. And then from here, you can create a new bucket for these accounts. In this case, I'm doing an example route. You can join it to an existing route. And then when you hit the Create Route button, it's simply running, again, all rules that are based inside of Resco. None of this is offline HTML, to create that bucket, to group them, all the accounts by it, and then quickly running a row script here to change the color. So you can quickly identify the changes that you've made and move on to building additional routes if you need to.
Perfect. All right, so the second piece of the route process is what we call the drive planner, but Resco terminology, it's called the route plan. So at Ultradent, we customize the route plan tool to empower our sales reps with a streamlined daily, weekly, monthly planning capabilities. We're leveraging the bulk edit forms and the button trigger automation. Users can easily select multiple accounts that they intend to visit, all within a few clicks. These smart customizations not only simplify the route planning, but also optimizes their drive time, helping them, our field team, maximize efficiency and focus more on the meaningful customer interactions.
Yeah, so we're going to jump into another demo of this feature. One thing just to preface before I get into this, we've gone through the work of creating our routes. And again, our sales reps are in charge of creating their own routes. How do they optimize and use that route? The Drive Planner is such a great feature for this. So in the UI of the application, we have our route buckets. These are your groups of accounts. You can click into those. You can see some information about the accounts. And then again, just using the long press and the multi-select rules, you can select all. And then again, we're pushing you to a bulk edit form. From this bulk edit form, they can decide if they want to do it for today, tomorrow, their week, however they want to plan it, and add all of these accounts to, again, what we call the Drive Planner. So by clicking that button, it's creating some visits. And then if you go to Resco Route Plan, or what, again, we call Drive Planner, you can see those, quickly optimize the route using Resco's smart optimizing capabilities. And boom, I'm ready to hop on the road for the day and go see these accounts in the most optimized way possible. The other thing that's great about this is we are able to use whatever entity we want as long as it has a start and end time. So we do have our own custom activity entity that we use to track what we call visits.
Perfect. So this process used to take our sales team anywhere from 4 hours to even longer to build out their routes. And so by creating these customizations and giving them this, we've been able to cut that down to under 10 minutes.
Yep.
So they're very happy with us. All right, so the next challenge is around those visit logs that Cameron just mentioned. So in late August of 2024, we were approached with a request to completely redesign our existing visit log process. The business aimed to improve the quality of the data collection and also the data collection from the sales representatives with minimizing the friction to their workflow. Additionally, they required the new solution to be ready by October 1st. They posed a significant challenge as our current solution was tightly integrated with multiple systems, including a marketing tool, data warehouse, and various reports. Given the tight timeline, the full system overhaul was just not feasible. So instead, we focused on delivering a front-end solution that would meet the business needs without modifying the back end. The business specified 4 essential questions that needed to be answered during each in-person visit. So what products they were talking about, who did they speak to, the summary of the visit, and then what were the next steps. And so through our rules and our automation, we're able to provide that information and meet all of those requirements that were given to us. And so Cameron's actually going to go ahead and do another demo for you. So this is, I don't know why I jumped to that video, but that's all right. This is some of the rules just on a single button click. You can see that we are very UI driven. We are as low code as they come. And so this is just the rules that we have, but they're not daunting. It makes it really, really simple. Hopefully we'll play the other video here in just a second. But like Sarah mentioned, we're trying to keep it all in one form. Trying to save those clicks, right? Because nobody likes extra clicks if you don't have to have extra clicks in a system. So, oh, it did go. Okay, so again, coming from the Drive Planner, we pre-create some buckets in these views, and we're using all just inline row editing
here. And so as you click through, we're touching other entities. So for example, right now we're hitting our competitor entity. We're capturing those competitors. We're creating an opportunity, choosing the sales stage, sending marketing material through our HubSpot tool, all just in that view rather than having to pop out to a different form. For contacts, we're hitting and looking for contacts that are associated with this account. If there's not one, we're giving the sales rep the opportunity to create a new contact. Again, rather than pop out to a different form, we're just doing it here and using shared variables, because you can add the shared variable to the form. We can throw in these values here, and then again, with the press of a button and some of that logic that we saw in the UI, we can go ahead and go create a contact at the contact record or table, associate that with the account, and associate it with this activity log, as well as capture some additional information and trigger other values here, like met with decision maker. Notes is one of our other requirements. Also, for the ease of reporting, we do have some metadata fields here that you can toggle on and off for like order place, demo, et cetera. Just makes it easier in the BI world to capture some of that. Notes, this is just kind of a generic note of how the visit went, what was the summary of that. Their managers love reviewing this to make sure that they're hitting their targets, they're doing what they need to do. And then finally, this next steps. This one, we do pop out to a different form because there is a lot of extra logic here if they want to run through that. But I'm showing here an example of one that was pre-created for them simply because they, in their activity log, had chosen to do a sample. If they leave a sample with a customer, we're auto-generating a follow-up reminder for a week from now. And again, we're using Resco's reminders and pushing notifications to their device automatically so that they get that and they're like, oh yeah, I remember leaving a demo with that customer. Let me go ahead and give them a phone call right now. As you can see, there's 2 buttons here. When they hit complete, again, it's going to go through and check and make sure they hit all the targets that we needed. Did they have a product discussed? Did they have a contact? Was there a note entered? Any next steps that were required? If they missed any of those steps, again, just using the rules in the UI, we can pop up a message letting them know, hey, you missed one of these. Was the office available? Sometimes they show up and an office is closed. And if that's the case, they are given the option to say, no, they weren't available, and then it will let them through without requiring some of those additional rules. The other video that we had showed previously that was showing some of those rules, what's so nice in the UI is it's very easy to read. And in this corner, I just have a quick screenshot of the XML for this. It's over 2,000 lines of code. I'm glad I wasn't writing all the XML. It was really nice to do in the UI.
Awesome. So yeah, so as you can see, with that, we were able to solve the business requirements and minimize that impact to the users having to jump out to different places within the system to collect the data that's super important to the business. All right, so now we're going to pivot to some of our custom places within the app. So in this next section, we're going to talk about how we're using the offline HTML. So we have a custom cart checkout and quote process. We streamlined the custom cart experience with a modernized checkout process. We have a quick add functionality for efficient product selection and cart population. And then we also wrap in the quote generation piece to it, and we have that directly integrated into the checkout process. Before I demo this, this is one spot that we're still using Resco's old form UI because we like the tabs being at the bottom. In this one situation, we use both, and I love that we're given the opportunity to interchange those. As I dive in, we're going to jump into history first. And the history tab, this is actually virtual tables or virtual entities, whatever you want to call it. So we are pulling this data from our ERP system. This is a list of products that this customer has ordered coming straight from the ERP. They can click into these, and here's the individual SKU level, the last 5 orders, so that we're not syncing a ton of data down. And then they can quickly add it from this page to their cart. And so you can see that I'm just building my cart from previous order history for this customer. Every time I add something, we get this floating window for the cart that you can quickly see, items are building up. I can come make changes. Or if it's something net new, I can click quick add, and I can go search our inventory for a different product. So I'm searching here by SKU. Makes it really quick and easy to add that product to my cart. Sometimes you need a little additional help, though. You might not know the SKU. You might not know what product you're looking for. So we do have a separate product tab that you can go search as well, using the name of the product, what the product is supposed to accomplish. You can search using any of those terms.
And then we're given more of a configurator window. So if there's extra options like different colors, they can pick a different color. You can add different quantities there. And then once you get to the cart, you're great. Our dentists now need to turn around and sell a lot of these products to their patients, right? So like whitening's a big deal. We do provide some free marketing material, and we remind our sales reps at the end when they're about to go to checkout, hey, do you need more marketing materials? Make sure to ask the doctor that. They can throw those marketing materials in, and then they can hit proceed to checkout. At this point, we're trying to just emulate Amazon. We're hitting all of our order APIs. We're pulling in pricing. The payment information, this is all stored on our ERP, so none of this is coming into our CRM system. Promo codes, you can enter promo codes, and then the promo code logic, again, from the ERP is firing and giving us new pricing back for these products. Keeping our sales reps in one really nice UI. They can make quantity changes at this point. If a customer requires a PO number, we can add that here in the UI as well. And then finally, like Sarah mentioned, we do have just built-in quoting. And so if they hit the create order quote, we are generating a PDF, attaching it to an email from the customer's account, and able to send that just straight away to the customer with a nice professional quote. And this all lives in their cart offline. So we can keep all of this here for a future use if they're not ready to place the order right now. But if they are ready to place the order, we go ahead and hit those APIs again and get back an order number from the ERP system. Once they're good with that, they hit return, takes them right back to the account. That whole checkout process is done. I mean, you can really fly through orders with a customer with this system. It's just very clean, and again, it's worked really, really well for us.
Yeah. Yeah, because as we mentioned earlier, we have several apps across the world, and one use case is for daily orders that are coming in as they're visiting the office, and then another use case for us is at our trade shows, when we'll do large trade shows, and oftentimes we'll run into networking issues, and so having that offline to grab all the information and have that there ready for us in Resco, and then quickly moving to this piece to do the ordering, it really, really does help us. So just to recap, just a little bit more on the offline capabilities. So the back-end integrations with the ERP system, all of the APIs are supporting all of the ordering workflows, the pricing, the payments, promotions, etc. Then we also have the order management piece, and that has access to all of our order history pages. Great filtering to display only the relevant information. It gives them a lot of insights, sales insights, purchase information, when they're supposed to purchase it again. Lots of different things kind of built into it. And then the next. And then here is just a little view of those integrations. So we're accessing the virtual tables, and we have 4 custom tables. The first 2, the Prod 360s, and the Prod 360 line items, those are what's driving the cart functionality. And some of the history functionality, or actually I mixed those up. That's driving the order history functionality, and then the web products and the web SKUs is driving our cart functionality.
Yep. And you may have all seen all of the images of our products coming down. That's all stored in these offline HTML, or not offline HTML, but in the virtual tables, so it's easy to pull those images and display them properly. So thank you so much for having us. In summary, we just wanted to say that with Resco, we're empowered as business analysts to swiftly adapt to the evolving business challenges. So thank you so much for your time, and we're here to answer any questions if you might have any.